What's happening, folks? Welcome back to Three Sport Thursday. We got NBA playoffs tonight. That video dropped last night. We got a showdown this evening. A couple of world beaters in the Browns taking on the Bengals tonight. Your Browns looking to go to 1-1. And then, of course, we got baseball. We're ready to talk about rocking and rolling. A couple of questions for you, Bauman. First things first. Boston, Miami. Who wins the series?
Boston. Wow, that's so. I thought you were talking about the baseball game right now because of Boston and Miami are playing. So I'm like, what?
You are literally the only person in the world that cares about the Marlins playing the Red Sox right now. I'm talking about NBA playoffs.
I know, but you know what I was thinking there. I think that Miami's up 1-0. It's hard to pick against them, but I'm still going to roll with Boston. I just think they're the stronger team. But
Courage of your conviction. I like it.
Yes, very tight series. As I agree with you. You've said that. And I definitely think the Lakers beat the Nuggets. I think the Lakers win 4-1.
4-1. I'm going to go 4-2, but I think the Lakers, they got better bodies to slow down the Joker, something the Clippers couldn't do. They're also probably just saw this, so they're not going to take him as lightly. And the Clippers got problems that the Lakers just don't seem to have.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, one thing is the Lakers got LeBron James, the Clippers don't.
I mean, that is definitely something. So that's interesting. Obviously, baseball and Thrill Throttle with only about 2 weeks of the season left. And, of course, NFL into week 2. It's a great week to play NFL GPPs, in my opinion, because so many people will overreact based on week 1 that there are definitely some alternative routes to go.
100% with you.
All right, guys. Now, all that being said, let's mosey on over to the baseball format tonight, guys. Day passes are up. NBA write-up is already completed. If you want that, purchase a day pass. Otherwise, you also get baseball with it. And we can send you the members-only video for the showdown if you do purchase a day pass. The thing I do want to talk about, though, mentioned it a few times now, it is the promotion that we have started, the cross-promotion with the guys over at Overlay. This is only for brand new Overlay customers, so I didn't specify that yesterday, and we honored all the current Overlay customers that went ahead to take advantage of this. But if you considered signing up for Overlay, if you do it today and you make a deposit, take a screenshot of it, send it to me. A $50 deposit, you get 2 free weeks of the 5-pack. $100 deposit gets you a free month. $500 deposit will give you a free year-long membership, and a $1,000 deposit will give you a free lifetime membership. If you ball that hard and you sports bet big time, that'd be the way to go. You can't just deposit, withdraw. You actually have to play the money. Otherwise, this won't work for anybody. But if you're interested, this is up for you at your disposal. It's a good way to get a 5-pack membership while also making money on Overlay.
Kill those 2 birds with 1 stone.
All right, guys. Again, day passes are up. All subscriptions available through the website. Sub to the channel if you're new to it. Thumbs up is appreciated. We're going to go out on a limb tonight when we talk about pitching. We're going to talk about a guy most of you guys haven't heard of. He goes by the name of not Justin Bieber, a.k.a. Shane Bieber. This is just your classic Kiss, Occam's razor. The only thing I can tell you, yeah, big chalk last night. Jacob deGrom was bad, but he got hurt. He looked like he was hurt early. It definitely came to fruition. Don't even worry about that. That has nothing to do with Bieber today. Bieber is just a lock for us in all formats. Should be very popular.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he's been the best pitcher in baseball by a good margin. There have been other pitchers that have been really good this year, but he has been the best, and I think that's a consensus opinion. No one would agree. No one would argue with that. In a good spot against Detroit, and he's still too cheap. Again, we talked about yesterday with Garrett Cole and DeGrom and how Darvish was like 11.5 a couple days ago. Well, Bieber's not even 11K here. Lock him in and move on.
He's literally averaging 3 times value right here. How do you not? And I think what's his worst start of the year? 20 points?
Something like that.
And Detroit's a top-tier matchup. Don't get cute.
Yep.
All right, next up. So speaking of getting cute, let's get cute when we're talking offense. I know you, as a contrarian player, you like getting cute with hitters more so with pitching. And this would be a very GPP-only, get cute type of decision. With high-priced pitching being desirable today, you're not going to be able to load up in studs offensively across the board unless you go with kind of a, in my opinion, silly, kind of a low-price pitching, high-price bats type of construction. But look at Cody Bellinger of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Now, on paper, Mookie Betts is the better play by multiple times and should get massive amounts of more ownership. And in cash games, that makes a lot of sense. Don't need to be a rocket scientist to to know to look at Mookie Betts against a lefty. However, Bellinger, while not having a great season, still owns all the same upside as Betts, just has not done it very consistently this year. 4 of 8 with 3 doubles off of Freeland. I believe Freeland to be a reverse split guy. Again, Betts is going to be massively owned tonight, we expect, whereas Bellinger, I think you can actually get him at sub 10% today.
Yeah, something like that. I don't have any arguments with you at all. I'd probably think that stacking the Dodgers and high price hitter and using some cheaper pitchers is more in play than you do, but that's just how we play differently. As far as picking like one offensive guy when you're using high price pitchers, yeah, I mean, people are going to struggle to use Bellinger in that spot because they don't get that many high priced guys. If you're using a Nola and a Bieber, you can't afford 5K guys. So you got to really pick and choose. And Bellinger will not be at the top of the list. But at the end of the day, if he has the best game of anyone on the slate, no one's going to be surprised in the least. Besides that, he matches up well against Freeland, and it's kind of unrecognizable is the fact that he's got this Rockies bullpen who also he matches up well against.
Absolutely. And I would assume that Betts is probably going to be 5 or 6 times as high owned as Bellinger.
Agreed.
And while I would agree that if this was like an overlay question, I'm picking Betts every single time and twice on Sunday. But is he 5 or 6 times more likely to succeed than Bellinger and have a big day? No, he's not.
He is not.
He's not having a great season, but he is the reigning NL MVP.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's talk about Scott Kingery of the Philadelphia Phillies. So I got a couple of points, and then I'll let you kind of talk about the third bullet point. Dude's 2,200. He offers dual eligibility. He's got an extra base hit in 3 straight games. We don't really want to go out of our way to pick on Lugo, but he's 2,200, and you can use him as a one-off. Talk about him in the sense of being a prospect.
I mean, this is more who he is. He's only averaging 3.8 DK points per game. Started off really slow this year. Seen him play better recently. I mean, this is a guy that they paid big money to before he ever even played a game in the majors. Very rare in that regard. They have high hopes for him. Less pressure hitting at the bottom of this lineup. Interesting to see if maybe they move him up with how well he's hitting and knowing they have so many injuries, which would just make you like him more and make the masses on him more. He's just a solid play regardless, though, at this price point.
Right. If he, for some reason, is batting like in the 2-hole today, then he's going to be very, very popular. If he's batting in the 8-hole, he's not. So you can appropriately use him in cash and GPPs that way.
Amen.
All right. Next up, let's take a look at the Texas Rangers. So one, the Rangers stink. No questions about it, right? I mean, they're arguably, we were having a spirited debate on the videos today about who's worse, the Rangers and the Pirates. And honestly, it doesn't matter. The answer is they're both terrible. So the Rangers never get a lot of attention. However, Kiner Falefa is having himself a nice season, batting .312 this year. Again, not a lot of monster peripherals because his team's averaging less than a run a game. Okay, maybe that's not quite true, but he's batting damn near 500 off of left-handed pitching this year.
Yeah, he's having a really good year. Rock solid. Valdez is a guy that was really, really good at the beginning of the year. Has struggled. Texas is bad, no doubt about it, but doesn't mean you can't use a couple pieces on the Rangers here. Kiner Falefa is priced affordably, having a very good year against lefties. And he just makes sense here in a roster construction with expensive pitchers.
All right, last up, same price tag, but a different game. Aaron Hicks of the New York Yankees. So, yes, the Yankees are back to balling right now, putting up runs like they're going out of style. I think DJ LeMahieu's got 400 DK points over the last 2 days. They got young catchers hitting 3 home runs. Stanton's back. Judge is back. There's a lot to be desired with the New York Yankees. However, most of them are Bucco Bucks, with the exception of a couple of the guys, including Aaron Hicks, who bats in the middle of the lineup. He's combined for 6 hits or walks over the past 3 games. He's a switch hitter, so he matches up with anybody. Good spot in all formats. Give me some Aaron Hicks, who I believe batted in a 3-hole last night.
Yeah, this is one where Yankees stack one off doesn't matter. I mean, he looks good in all formats, regardless of what you want to do with New York. He's a good hitter. He's much better than the year he's having, starting to play well recently, another guy like that. And he's big for this Yankees team, and I think he makes a lot of sense here.
Yeah, and I would expect him to be in the lineup again today. So I think I feel pretty safe about this one, and he'll be a cash game play for me for sure.
Sweet.
All right, guys, that's what we got today. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button. Thank you all for watching. We've done NFL. We did NBA. This is MLB. We still have to get to the NFL main slate either today or tomorrow, but appreciate y'all watching and have a great day.
Thanks, guys.